Hey guys, come and join me in the Old Frog and Toad for a proper pipe chat, a barrel update, a whiskey barrel update, and look at the snow. First I wanted to show you I added a few things. Oh good you can see it. Mr. Toad. Oh good you can see it. That's me in a pub in Hoddesdon in England, and there's my Uncle Jim. This is his friend Brian. I called him Uncle Brian. Look how young I look. I put my Fox Hunter Toby over there. Let's see what else I did. Oh, that's one of my paintings I had done of a ship. I put that there. I put some more Tobies up there. And then there's another ship painting I did. So there you go. Hey guys. Mike here from Old Man Things. How you doing? I have spilt my tea at the beginning of doing this video. I don't know how many times with colorful words added. So I finally went in and said hell with it, and I went in and got a towel because I didn't have a towel out here. So let me light my pipe. And it is Mike here from Old Man Things, and welcome to the Old Frog and Toad. It's the bloody snow. I always say, once those silly robins come, if you're from overseas, the robins are the state bird for Wisconsin, but they fly away in the winter. And then when they come back in the spring, they always say there has to be 3 snowfalls on a robin's breast. Well, those damn things. I'm smoking my meerschaum that I got from Bob with some fisherman's dottle and my toad that I got from Eric Tamper. And I'm having a cup of tea. I'm surprised I have any tea left. When I first started to do the recording, to show you what I did new, I bumped into the table. Tea went everywhere. I'll put the bloopers at the end if you want to watch. So anyhow, Friday, I have to work 5 hours on Monday, and then I have the rest of the week off for spring break. And we're getting terrible weather. There's other neighbor out there plowing. I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think he needed to go to such extremes, but I got some I should have brought one in and showed you. Whistler Sweets the other day. I got the biggest ones you could find, and I was pleasantly surprised. I know there's going to be people saying, oh, that's just crap. And you're probably right, it is crap. But they looked, and they even tasted more like a real cigar. They even had natural wrapping on it now. And I used my cigar cutter. Let me see if There's an old butt stub. But I used my cigar cutter on that. And that just made that big of a difference. So, if you want to fancy a cigar and you're not... You just want to smoke it without thinking about it, go get a box. I think they're like $5 for a box of 4 or 5 here. I was impressed. Now the cigar snob will look his nose down and say, "Are you sure?" And I'd say, "No, I'm not." So it's been 2 weeks. The port has sat in my whiskey barrel, seasoning it. The other one, the 1 liter, it just wouldn't stop leaking, and then it started leaking terrible. And I got it off of Amazon, but it's 3 Oaks. They sell different ones. I think this one is 3 Oaks. I would not recommend it because silly me, I did not look in the reviews. The other one that I have, the 2 liter one, is not a 3 Oaks. That's a nice one. This one, people have problems. I started looking at the reviews and it was like, holy cow. So if you want to try this, that would be the one thing I would recommend. Not get that brand, because this one, and when I'm all done with it, I'll find out what the name of who made this one. It's just a small little place. So anyways, so I have the scotch, and I did it just before I did this, and this is my first cup of tea. So cheers, everyone. I'll put it in here. So I have a little drop of this port left. I'm just going to pour a drop in there and see what it tastes like compared to the stuff that they call the angel share. So this bottle is only up to here, you can see. So let me pour myself a little drop, just see if we can tell the difference with the port. We're not doing it for the port. The port was just seasoning. Let me taste. This is the original. This is the other one. It's been in their equivalent of 6 years, and it tastes a lot better. It's more spicy and stuff. I noticed that with the sherry. When I took the sherry out of the 1 liter when I sent it back. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I am going to be putting in Bracklatic, I believe it is. The classic latte. Ooh, aye. And they're about 6 years old, non-chill filtered, no added color, 50% alcohol. And with me leaving them in there, they will turn into equivalent of a 12-year-old Scotch, single malt. So Let us begin. That's going to be my dram. I'm going to pour back in the bottle. Like 1.5 liters? I don't know. It's too early in the morning for me. And at that, should let it sit. Now I don't know if I might be too anxious and I might wait only a week. I'm not sure. But you'll be the first to know when I decide to crack this sucker open. I will add, if you're going to drink port, make sure you haven't just brushed your teeth. But anyhow, that was fun. Or maybe not. It's probably one of the most boring things you ever watched in all your life. If you're still here, if you've still made it, here, get yourself a drink, because you need one. So, what else? Oh, speaking of Switzer Sweets, it reminded me, and I'm sure I've said this half a dozen bloody times, but I used to like to go golfing in school. I would skip out of the last couple hours of class, and I had my golf clubs in my car, and I'd drive. My dad worked at the VA, a veterans hospital, and they had a golf course there. Because he worked there, I was able to go for free. So I would put my golf clubs in my car, and I would kind of sneak out. And I remember the first time I did it, I didn't think I'd get in too bad of trouble, even notice, but sure enough, I got called down to the office, and I said I'd have my dad call. So at lunch hour that next day, I went to a payphone and I called the school pretending to be my dad to give me permission to have missed those last 2 hours. And I thought at that time I could do my dad pretty good, but evidently I couldn't because I got caught. So they printed out this piece of paper saying what I did, and I had to sign it, and then I had to have my dad sign it. And I remember showing it to my dad, and he went, "You dummy." He said, "If you're going to go through that much damn trouble, you don't get caught." And that was like in the spring. It was like my sophomore year. I was almost ready to, so 10th grade, I was almost ready to get out. So, in 11th grade, to start off as 11th grade as a junior, anytime I was sick, I made a point to be sick a couple times, and my stepmom would write a note saying, "Please excuse Mike, da 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 da," and then she'd always sign my dad's name. And so I would copy it word for word and sign it, and then I would take it. So if they questioned it, they could call, and she would say, "Yeah, that's what I wrote." See how somebody's mind works if they want something bad. So I did that all through as a junior, and it worked great. And I used to love to go golfing like that, and then I'd skip out and do other things too. But I always remember I'd have friends that would want to go with me golfing and want to skip out with me, and it's like I enjoyed going out golfing with that cigar in my mouth, and you know, I also smoked. You'd get the King Edwards. Remember the old King Edwards? You could get a box of 50 for $15 when I'd go to England. So I'd get as many as I could get in my suitcase without getting in trouble. Take them into England, and then my Uncle Jim's friend, they called him George the Glass. He was an old Cockney. He would flog them down the pub, and I'd get like 50, 60 pounds for a box. That was all my beer money. Anyhow. So I would write my dad's my letters and always sign my dad's name, and it was either as a junior or I think I was a senior. It was at Christmas time, and there was a box under one of the boxes under the Christmas tree that was mine was just this little tiny box. I thought, what is that? So when it came time for us to open up presents, I saw that box and I opened it up. And there was a pad of sticky notes, and I kind of like looked, and it had on the bottom. I had my dad's name, his signature, and I turned like the pages, and all the pages all had my dad's signature. So I look up at him, and he's of course sitting in his chair that he always would, where he'd be all drunk and have his head down with his beer. I don't think he was that drunk at that point. And I said, what's this, Dad? And he said, I don't mind you writing your own notes. But I don't want you signing my name, okay? I don't know how he found out. Unless the school called and said, did you write this letter? And my dad said, yeah. Because as your signature, but I thought I was so clever. But anyhow, I just laughed, and he laughed, and this is what happens when you cough. Laugh. That's hard. Anyhow, I wish I still had him, but my dad and I it was fun. He was a good guy. We used to go to the bars. Well, he would go and I'd go with him. It's a different world now, obviously. You can't do stuff like this, but my favorite show was Cheers. So I'd go in and I would ask for the craziest drinks that I'd hear on Cheers, and those bartenders would make them. And I remember one time we'd go into a bar, and as we were walking in from the car, my dad turned to me and he said, I don't care what you order, but don't order anything stupid this time. So I went in and I ordered a Manhattan. I used to have scotch on the rocks all the time. My dad, he was... Anyhow, it's getting way too long, guys. Thought I'd do a proper pipe chat with a cup of tea. Pipe's smoking great, Bob, thanks. Tamper's great, Eric, thanks, if you're watching. Cheers, everyone. Have a good weekend. And toodle pip. Hey guys, Mike here from Old Man Things, and welcome to the old Frog and Toad Pub Shed. Oh shit!